Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Cornstar. Daddy Cornstar should be here any moment. And when he gets here, he's gonna say only 1 in 5 of you are remembering to like the video, so be sure to like the video if you like the video. You know what? Since I just told you, I'm not gonna have him tell you again. Lots of exciting stuff going on today. I take that back. We have a lot of potential for a lot of exciting stuff today. Seriously, Daddy Cornstar should be here any moment. Speaking of the little guy, there he is. Here he comes flying down the driveway, 19.8 miles per hour. He's getting ready to take the hard hairpin. Lots of brake, hard on the wheel. Oh, perfectly executed.
Oh, sorry, young man. I do not pick up strangers, and that door lock probably don't work. Morning, Cole. Do I need to remind everybody to like the video?
Don't worry about it. I already took care of it for you.
All right, Cole. Way to be on top of things.
On the road again. We're in the big city, Dad. How do you feel?
It's huge. There's people all over.
Guys, remember a few episodes ago when I was at the radio station?
Guess who we have in studio with us? It is himself. Cole, the Cornstar, the YouTube sensation, joins us. Coming up next.
We're back. Should probably be quiet down here. You nervous?
Oh, real nervous.
We survived, guys. Good interview. Time for a picture.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, thank you. Hey, we're ready to head out, buddy. This was really fun. It was an honor for me to be here because I've never been in a radio station before.
Dad was totally nervous.
It's a lot different being in front of the microphone than in front of the camera. And I was nervous in front of the camera when we first started this too.
Seeing as I'm a seasoned veteran, it didn't bother me today. Back to the big city. Those people over there are looking at me. Ooh, minivan. Nice ride.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're on a back road adventure.
We're heading to a cemetery.
We're at a cemetery right now because we have a grave coming up and we need to go find the lot.
So we're meeting the guy that actually's got the books on the place, and between us and him, we're gonna see if we can locate everything. Put my hat on. These older cemeteries, sometimes it's hard to find the names you're looking for.
Old cemetery record keeping wasn't what you'd call good. They had the tendency of making landmarkers trees, which is fine until the tree disappears.
Yeah, they say like maybe 50 feet from the pine tree, west of the pine tree. Well, then you get out here and there's maybe 20 pine trees now. Which pine tree are they talking about? Or they're all removed from years ago.
But it's all part of doing the job. We'll get it figured out. Oh, we just got done. It's cold out there.
It is cold. As we're standing there talking, our fingers were getting cold.
Getting some more parts.
We're always getting parts. Let's head on in.
We survived the store.
We are home. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. Got a lot of text messages while I was gone, so I was trying to get back to some of them.
Brr, it's cold out there. Ooh,
Neighbor ran, let's maybe 1, 2, probably about 3 miles to get to our place here today.
It was a long run.
Mama Cornstar's not here to make lunch, so it might not be fresh food. We're having leftovers. Ham. Yum.
It just feels cool out. I don't know, the dampness we got in our bones or...
We got chilled bones.
Yeah, thank good.
I am not running back.
When you were running today, how many vehicles swerved over at you?
0.
Good. How many vehicles did you see?
0.
She got to do her circles, and now she got that cuff for a minute. This is what you call an action shot.
Hey, did you wash your hands? You gotta wash your hands. Nave and I are back at the house. We're gonna be working on cost of production reports.
Yeah, we're gonna learn today.
We've always known how much it costs for us to produce an acre of corn and how much it costs for us to produce an acre of beans, but I want a field by field breakdown because not every field's the same, and I also would like to recalculate some of the numbers that we're using. In theory, this sounds like a really simple, quick process, but in reality, it's gonna take several hours. Been doing some number crunching for the past 2 hours. So when it comes to the cost of production, I have our custom rate cost of production, which goes off Iowa State's averages. That gives me a really safe ballpark so that I know I'm treating ourselves fairly when it comes to running all of our own equipment. And that way we can pay ourselves, and that goes back into the equipment that we're using, so that way we can keep up with stuff, and then if we have to upgrade, we have finances to do so. That's already built into all the calculations. Lots of stuff going on. I get it. It can be confusing. So we have the custom rate rate cost of production from Iowa State. But we're not Iowa State. We're Cornstar Farms. But at Cornstar Farms, our actual costs are not the same as the custom rates from Iowa State. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm finding our actual cost of production. So the easy ones to figure out is what it costs to put seed in the ground, fertilizer, chemicals, things along those lines. All I gotta do to calculate those is look at our bill and then divide it by the acres that we're planting it on. Boom, got the cost per acre. But when it comes to tillage, planting, spraying, and harvesting, things can get a little interesting. Because I have to figure out our fixed costs and our operating costs. And the reason why the custom rates from Iowa State are different is because every farm's different. One farmer might be paying down on a tractor that they bought for $250,000, while another farmer has a tractor that they've owned for 40 years and it's been paid off for 35 of those years. They're not gonna have the same cost. So on a lot of this stuff, I'm doing a significant amount of head scratching. Head scratching is a good thing because it means I'm learning. And the more I learn about this stuff, the better, because it's just going to make our farm that much stronger. And when I know all the actual numbers that's going on behind the scenes, I can make a lot better decisions on the farm that are going to impact our future. So even though I'm not receiving a direct payment for doing this stuff today, I'm building a foundation for our farm to carry on for the rest of my life. So this is really important. This kind of stuff is an investment. And investments take time. At first, they don't do a whole lot, but then over time, there starts to become an exponential curve. So right now, I'm investing a lot of time and effort into this stuff, so that way we can use these principles, we can use this knowledge, and then it's just gonna help our farm run that much more efficiently. We're gonna take a little break in the office.
I warmed up your banana chocolate chip muffins.
We're taking a muffin break. We have a slight change of plans. Just got a phone call from Dad, and he said that Ronnie called him and said he wants to get a load of beans. So I need in the big machine shed. The Oliver is a 1969. Back in the 80s, this thing had 10,000 hours on it. We ran it just about every day, and the hour meter quit a long time ago. What I'm trying to say is it has a lot of hours on it. It's probably not the most efficient tractor in the world, but the thing just runs good. So before we start it, we need to check the oil and we need to check the coolant. We need a little bit of coolant. Let's get this old gal warmed up. Come on, Bass. I like driving this tractor. It's loud, it's kind of fun. Oh boy, Ronnie's getting brave. Oh, come on, who did that? I had nothing to do with that. Didn't even know it was there. One of the disadvantages to this auger is that we have a hole here. We need to get an incline unload out of this. Since we're in a nice hole right here, that fills up with the water. Ronnie's gonna pull forward so that way I can kick on the Oliver and we can get all this water and junk out of there. That way it's not sticking to the inside of his truck. Ronnie's been doing this for over 40 years. He's got some experience. I guess now we know how that pile got there. I know, guys, it's messy, it's terribly inefficient, but we're just working with what we have. Right now, that's just kind of the cost of doing business, unloading beans out of that bin. There's probably a whole $30 worth of beans on the ground, but next year we definitely have an incline on the list of upgrades. Then we will have no more piles. Back to the computer. Yeah, you haven't moved since I last was here.
Don't look at me! Go away!
You don't realize how much stuff costs until you actually start doing a breakdown on it. There's a lot of hidden expenses in farming that you just don't think about. I've never done this much breakdown before, so I'm learning a lot as I go. I'm doing a lot of head scratching and I get a bunch of calculations done and then I realize I did it wrong, so I gotta go back and do it again. And then I start doing another one, then I realized, oh, I forgot to do that on the first one too, and then I gotta go back and do it again. It's all part of the growing pains, I guess. But so far, the numbers that I've came up with have been significantly different than the custom rates from Iowa State. So I'm really glad I'm doing this. Mama Cornstar just called me and she said supper's done. I'm not turning down free food, so we're gonna go eat. Ah, geez, the light. The smell of fresh air in rotten corn. How'd that get there?
Local.
Neva.
What?
On the other side of that window, there's food.
Let's go eat.
Ah! That was my best impersonation of Neva. We're hungry though.
You're rude.
Welcome to family dinner, where we don't have to cook.
Words of wisdom. I can't think of anything good.
Hey, Mama Cornstar.
Oh, my son.
Thanks for the food.
Welcome, honey. Hey, Jay,
Yes?
guess what I made you?
What did you make me?
Champagne salad.
Oh yeah! Champagne salad by Mama Cornstar.
Oh, he has his own tractor.
Well, that didn't take very long. Ah, that was good.
It was good. Mama Cornstar's been making us some really good meals lately, so we really thank you, Mama Cornstar.
Well, guys, not every single aspect of farming is the most interesting, but it's all extremely important. Everything we do on the farm has a purpose, and some of those things are more exciting than others. Luckily, we're starting to get really close to an exciting season. Planting season is just right around the corner. If the weather shapens up, we could be out planting in as little as 3 weeks. It just needs to dry up a little bit and warm up. But I suppose this makes a pretty good place for the video to end, so remember, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, write it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the little notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next one.